Hello everyone and welcome to another insightful episode of Azkka Virtue Podcast, where we bring science, clinical wisdom and real-world healthcare conversations together for doctors, patients and caregivers alike. So today, we are not just talking about medicine, we are talking about ambition, pressure, purpose, identity, mental strength and what it really takes to wear that white coat with responsibility. And for this conversation, we have someone whose journey itself is incredibly inspiring. Joining us today is Dr. Omer Hasan, Director, Interventional Cardiology at Allahabad Heart Center, former consultant at Escorts Heart Institute, New Delhi, and someone who has spent years working in one of the most high-pressure specialties in medicine. So, sir, I really welcome you for this conversation. Sir, I am personally really excited for this topic that we have selected because I think this is something which is very different, but I think which would also bring in, a lot of things which is needed, for the students or aspiring medical students and especially appearing for the PG entrance. Yeah. So, someone who is aspiring to become a doctor, for all of them, I think this is something, and coming from you will make a lot more sense because you have been through the journey and today you are in a specialty which is considered so high pressure. So I think coming from you will make this even more relevant and very interesting for viewers at large. So sir, thank you so much for sparing out your time and joining us for this.
Thank you so much for having me. And so basically cardiology and that to interventional cardiology is a very, you can say, high energy and a very stressful branch. I always compare it to the people on the border,
True.
Like you have to be always ready for a attack or to defend yourself. Right. Same way in cardiology, there is no rest period.
Absolutely.
Attack can happen anytime, any time of the day, at night. So I generally compare my branch with the forces always ready to be acting when required.
I completely agree to this. I mean, very demanding. You have to always be on your toes.
Yes.
So
yes.
Absolutely. So I'll move right into the first question. That whenever we meet successful doctors, people usually assume, इनको तो बचपन से ही पता होगा कि इनको तो डॉक्टर बनना है. But real journeys are often much more human than that.
Yes, of course.
इतना simple नहीं होता है, right? So if you can take us, back to your school days, were you actually that kid who always wanted to become a doctor, or did this dream develop, somewhere later? What sparked this journey for you?
So you're taking me back to the 90s.
Absolutely.
So basically, generally all people who take biology are not very good in maths. Okay.
So I heard that.
That's one say, but it's the lighter side of it.
Right.
But you have to have that. You want to be an engineer or a doctor. And in the 90s, you didn't have much options like you have just now with so many branches, new branches coming up. So at that time, if you see the movie Three Idiots, या तो engineer बनना है या doctor बनना है ना पैदा होते ही. खैर, this was not there with me, of course. So I think in the mid school, and maybe you can say when I was in class 9, 10th, biology as a branch fascinated me, and so we asked what can we do when you take biology. Biology means doctor. So that's how I took biology in 11th, 12th, and I started preparing. And what gave me that kick was my grandmother, my nani. She got a heart attack when I was in class 11th.
Oh.
Yeah, 11th. So that made me more, and I saw the facilities of cardiology in my city. And I said, no, I think I should try my level best to become a doctor. And if possible, then later decide and go into what the branch I am doing. So that's how, that kick, the zeal was there, of course, but that kick was there when that episode happened in my life.
Yeah. So you were always a good student?
Tough question, huh? So we used to study as well as enjoy school.
Okay. So balance out.
Marks अच्छे आते थे, but I think a good student and not so good students all, that nobody bothers about your marks now. What you got. But of course, yes, we used to study in the class as well as have take part in all the cultural activities and the school activities and everything. Yeah.
Right. So something, this episode actually sparked that idea.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Understand. So I love asking this question because students today, often think successful career happens, just in a straight line. But most journeys are, always messy, emotional, uncertain. And that's what, makes them real.
Yes, of course.
So as we go through this conversation, I think we'll also try to bring in more out of your school days, your college days, and all of it. So, sir, becoming a doctor sounds very exciting from outside. But stepping into medical college for the first time, must feel like, entering another universe.
Yes, of course it happens.
Do you still remember your first day in medical college?
Yeah.
Was it excitement, fear, imposter syndrome, or complete chaos? What was it exactly?
So basically, like these days in the exams, you have just one exam, right? You get a national rank with it, you get a state rank with it, you get all the ranks with it, and you just have one exam. At our time, we used to have lots of exams. So one used to be an All India entrance exam, then AIMS used to be a separate exam, BHU used to be a separate exam, Aligarh used to be a separate exam, CMC Vellore used to be a separate exam, Manipal used to be a separate exam. So 2 months used to go, every week we would be traveling by train and going and giving an exam.
Right.
And then in the end, there used to be the state exam. It was the UP CPMT.
Okay.
So we had a full list of examinations and everybody used to meet at the same time because all of the competing guys are the same.
Right.
And in the center. And so a lot of results used to be not in favor of you and a lot of results used to be in favor of you. So I feel that that journey started and that gave us an idea that how tough it is going to be ahead because you have to cross this barrier to reach on the other side. So when I reached on the other side, my first day, if you want to know, my first day in the anatomy department, where you have the cadavers lying. So this arm was lying like this on the table. So so when I went and saw that arm, so it was of course a real arm, and people, because I had joined around a week late. So the people were just, taking out the muscle, dissecting the muscle and seeing, okay, this muscle, this is for flexion, this is for extension. And then I joined, and after that first day, I'm a non-vegetarian. For 1 month, I didn't have any non-vegetarian. Because it used to, that anatomy picture used to come in your mind. And of course, then when you become used to it, that has to be a part of your life for the next 1.5 years. Because the body was divided into hands separate, legs separate, chest separate, abdomen, head and neck, brain. So that's how, So as the days goes by, you get used to it.
Absolutely.
And that first day feeling that goes away. So that's how. So you have to be very mentally tough because there used to be few casualties there, fainting in the students. Of course. Fainting in the hall, then we going and picking them up. So it used to happen. But So that is a very different part which the people will not understand. That you have to, actually see a dead body, wear gloves. Because you have to treat a living body, you should know what muscle is where, so you have to see that. So that's a very tough part, but yes, of course, nothing in life comes easy. You need hard work and you need a bit of luck.
Right.
Because so many people do hard work. I see so many people giving the exam, almost 25 lakhs, more than 25 lakh people give the NEET exam, and very few qualify. So that doesn't mean people don't study.
So true.
Yeah. So it's hard work, of course, it's luck. Also, you give 20, people say 20s to 30s is the best time. You are in your 20s. We sacrifice our 20s for all the studying and acquiring knowledge to treat people.
Right.
So the whole 20s, how it vanishes, we don't know. Suddenly you're in your 30s, right?
So it's like a tunnel. Enter in 20s and just come out.
And you're always fooled. So my uncle, he said, यार MBBS में हो जाए तो जिंदगी बन जाएगी, है ना? भाई हो गया MBBS में, उसके बाद पता चला that you're nothing, you're just a general physician, you don't know anything. Then you qualify a postgraduate exam. अरे यार MD बन जाओ, फिर सब safe है. Once you finish MD, then दिखता है अरे यार, now you have super speciality, cardiology, nephrology, gastroenterology, neurology. बस यार एक सुपर स्पेशलिटी में हो जाए तुम्हारा खत्म हो जाएगा. सेट है. उसके बाद सेट है सही वर्ड है. उसके बाद once you finish cardiology, then अरे यार ना interventional cardiology is different, electrophysiology is different, preventive cardiology is different. So it's it's a never ending thing.
So true.
So like very well said, it's like a tunnel. You can see the light, but the way when you approach the light, it goes further ahead. So it's something like that. But still, I think you need to have that attitude and the interest and the zeal. So your boat sails and you become used to that type of life.
True. So as you said, the first day itself and just getting into a medical school, that itself, starts building your mental toughness. I mean,
yes,
that
of course.
That itself is so
yes,
testing.
That's a stressful exam.
Through, of course. So once you go through that, I think, as it is said that well begun is half done. So rightly so for this, what you said. So the students, spend years preparing, sacrificing, as you said, social life, sleep, hobbies, and finally enter MBBS thinking, जो आपने कहा कि बस अब life set है. But is surviving medical school actually tougher?
That's a very good question, actually. So you see, there has to be a balance. The earlier you realize that this is just a part of your studying, and your studies is going to be a really long 10-year period or a 12-year period. So you have to balance that out.
So true.
So like we used to study there. We used to go to the library, study, be regular with the classes. But also we used to enjoy ourselves in the sense we used to play the regular sports there, take part in the cultural activities, take part in the sports tournament happening. There were less medical guys in those tournaments, but then still there were people who used to balance the studying part as well as the sports part. And I did my MBBS from Manipal. So Manipal was at that time the top 5 in the country. I was I would say I'll thank God and lucky enough to get there. And so they used to really emphasize on studies as well as physical activity. They didn't have any vacation. So I went from UP. So I said कि छुट्टियों का calendar दीजिएगा. So I still remember her name, Mrs. Gowda. What छुट्टी? 3 national holidays.
अच्छा.
Holi, Diwali, Eid, Christmas. Go back and study. And I was like, oh my God,
First
I can't go home.
shock.
I am so far away and I can't go home. What to do? So that used to make us be very regular in the class. So we used to have an attendance of 99-95%.
Wow.
And then do a mass chutti for 1 week, 10 days, come back home. So still our attendance used to be very high, 85%. So that no chutti meant that you have to when you are in your college, अरे आज सो जाओ आज नहीं जाना. Nothing like that.
Absolutely.
Nothing like that. So like you said that hobbies were a must and studying was a must because you will not pass otherwise.
Right.
But that balance, the earlier you realize that this is just a part and not like set हो गए MBBS के बाद, वो वाली feeling नहीं आना है. You will be set when God wants you to be set.
So true.
But that feeling that okay, this is just a part of my graduation, so let's take it that way and don't finish your energy only in MBBS.
Right.
That's what I will tell people.
Right.
That if you finish your energy in MBBS, then it will be very tough to go ahead.
It's like a marathon basically.
It's like a marathon. So you want to dash ahead. The earlier you realize that, the better off you are.
So true. So it is important to build in the right balance, as you said.
Of course.
And I think the balance which you said, where your academics are equally demanding, you are in your early age where you also feel like pursuing your hobbies. I think this balance would come more from discipline, where you ensure that okay, while I'm studying, okay, there has to be no distractions, but while I'm having fun,
you
the
have to have
extracurricular
that share of fun.
activities.
Otherwise, your studies will go for a toss.
Right, and nothing should go haywire. I mean, it should not, as you said, that you should not overdo your academics also, and you should not overdo the hobbies and the fun part. So I think the discipline.
So we have very good movies showing that what you're saying.
Yeah. Right, and I think that's such an important reality check because many students prepare for the entrance exam but not for the emotional and the mental endurance medicine demands further, which you have mentioned. So medicine is probably, one of the few careers where the finish line keeps moving ahead and ahead.
Exactly like what we discussed.
What you said, yes, absolutely. First NEET, then MBBS, then NEET PG, then super specialization, then practice. At some point, students feel like, itself has become one long exam hall and it never ends. So I think striking a right balance is the key here.
Absolutely. So like all these points which you said that, that the line keeps on going ahead. So that's exactly what I want to tell you. So I also feel that people should not push their children for the NEET exam.
Right.
Because you see, if you want to become a doctor, you have, for gaining something, you have to sacrifice one thing. Right. You cannot gain everything in life. That if you see, there has to be a balance. If your work is fantastic, that means your family life is not at that greatest point.
Right.
If you're earning so much, that means you're not giving time for anything else.
Right.
So that balance is very important. Right? So all these things which you said, for that balance is the most important thing for us. Like we should know. So I feel before the NEET exam, the child should give an aptitude test.
Very true.
क्या मैं डॉक्टर बन सकता हूँ?
Very true.
क्या मैं, and parents should also realize that सब डॉक्टर नहीं बन सकते.
Absolutely.
If you make a person who does not want to practice a doctor just because his parents have a nursing home or a hospital,
never push.
They cannot reach that level in which you will feel, this guy is a good doctor, this guy knows. See, you can go to Google and acquire knowledge about a disease, right?
Right.
And you know everything. People come to us, "Arey, doctor sahab, ye likha hai." So I tell them, फिर तो doctor ही करना ही नहीं, MBBS करना ही नहीं, सीधे Google पढ़ो और doctor बन जाओ ना. So that training is very important. And also, there should be a thing inside you that you want to become a doctor.
Exactly.
I never push my children in becoming a doctor. My daughter wants to become a doctor. I said, okay, my son wants to become a cricketer. He is into cricket. He's playing for the zonals and all that. So no pushing, nothing. Absolutely. What you want to do from inside. At our time, when we did our schooling in 95, when I finished my schooling, at that time, we didn't have much options, neither in the sports nor in the academics part.
Right.
In our country, everything, biology means doctor, physics, maths means engineer. So now, like the world,
the canvas is big.
It's so big now. You can do anything. You can do anything now with biology as a subject. You can go into genetics. You can go into genetic engineering. You can have an overlap. There's so much. So through this podcast, my request to all the parents is that never push their children. See what they want to become.
Absolutely.
I mean, a doctor's child can be a talented artist.
Why not?
Why to push that person into medicine? They can be a musician. They can be anything. Why just because I have become a doctor, my children should become a doctor? I have chosen it because I wanted to become. Nobody pushed me. I don't have any doctor background. I come from a business family and a political family. So maybe one of my relatives is a doctor. That's it.
Okay.
But there's no hospital type of a thing that 2 generations, 3 generations are doctors and we are working. So it's nothing like that.
Right. Something which was of your interest, and I think you pursued.
I think you should do that, and that will show later in your work.
Very true. Very true. That keeps you going, basically.
Yeah, that will show later in your work.
Very true.
Yeah.
So I think once you pursue what you really enjoy, it is very sustainable.
Absolutely.
More than anything else,
That's
it is very sustainable. And I think that back in time, engineering and being a doctor were the only 2 things, because there you found, that financial stability. People found that, okay, there my child would get that. Yeah. Now in today's time, I mean, the canvas is so big, and every aspect, there are opportunities where you can make a living out of it. So I think that what you said,
but
makes much more sense.
Just add on to it, financial stability when you are becoming a doctor comes very late.
Very true.
So that's a misnomer. Financial stability for becoming a doctor, if you want to pursue all those lines which you asked me, up to the super specialty, financial stability will come at the age of 35 to 40 if you are lucky.
Very true. Very true.
It will not come before.
I agree.
Yeah. So that is a misnomer. Yes, of course. If you are a doctor, you will have patients, you will see patients, whether you see 5, 10, 15, 20, that's your destiny.
Right.
But financial stability in a medical profession, if you want to go to the top level of studies, is very late.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's very, all my friends, when I'm finishing my MBBS, all my friends start earning.
Yeah, very true. That happens. So, I mean, that requires, I mean, this understanding. So, apart from only academics, understanding these aspects
is very important.
Which is
it's very
in
important.
Around is, I think,
the socio-economic
most
aspects are very important.
Very true.
And also, if you are interested, then you don't feel like that the line is long. You feel like this is the next step.
Yeah, the next step.
This is the next step.
Yeah.
So you don't
so
feel.
It's important that your journey, you enjoy the journey.
Yes, you
rather
have
than
to.
Just
Otherwise, you will be absolutely somewhere stuck in between and not being able to go back or forward.
Very true. So, sir, now since lakhs of aspirants, will probably watch this episode, I want this answer to come straight from your heart and experience. What is one honest advice you wish every NEET PG aspirant could hear before starting to prepare?
So, I feel that first thing is whether you want to become a doctor, not because your parent wants or social pressure that my father or my mother is a doctor, so I have to become.
Right.
So first thing the child, and I will tell it to all the people who are giving the exam, that if you want to become a doctor, just close your eyes for 5 minutes and just ask this question. Yes, then go ahead.
Right.
And the biggest is perseverance. You have to continuously study. It's not a 1 month crash course like they come out in the coachings and all.
Right.
एक महीने में आपको तैयार कर देंगे ना, तो वो नहीं. It is has to be a slow process but regular.
Right.
So even if you're studying 3 hours a day or 4 hours a day, and if you study regularly, so that will make you cross the line. Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, hard work everybody does. I will not say that this student worked hard or worked less. Even we as doctors work very hard, and sometimes the results are very good and sometimes the results are not very good. So hard work is the first thing. First is the attitude, whether you want to become. Second is hard work. And third, you need a bit of luck.
Right? Always there.
That has to be there in every aspect of life, whether doctor or anything else.
So true.
So my advice to the young generation would be that first ask yourself whether you want to become a doctor. If yes, then go all out and do regular work. Right. It's not a shortcut that you get a question bank and do. You do regular work, that will pay off.
So, as I take the clue from what you said, so just 3 things. You need to make sure that you want to be that.
Yes, of course.
That is first. Second, as you said, that you need to go and be consistent.
Consistent. Yeah.
It cannot be just say that one day you just go all in, second day you are all lazy.
Yeah, it's not possible like that.
So whatever number of hours you are putting, be consistent and put in those hours, and then yes, luck.
Of course,
as we all
luck has to play a part. Even when and I also like, there's a saying, fortune favors the brave. Yeah.
Very true.
So the luck part will affect only those who are preparing.
Very true.
Those who are preparing will have the luck on their side. Totally. Luck cannot be if you just don't prepare and you start taking the question. Then no luck.
Absolutely. I mean, that's really powerful, because students often think success comes, only from studying harder, but mindset, consistency, emotional control, discipline, all this matters
very important.
Equally. So, sir, from what people understand, this is one of the most demanding and high pressure branches in medicine. Decisions are time sensitive, stakes are high, emergencies unpredictable, as you said. So what attracted you specifically towards interventional cardiology, and was there a moment where you felt, okay, this is my field?
So I feel all the branches in medicine, okay, they have a different mindset of a doctor.
Right.
Like a neurologist will be a very guy with serious type of person, seeing strokes, seeing more disability, and he will be in another frame of mind. Nephrologist will have another frame of mind. Gastro will have another. So cardiologists, like you asked, like you're talking about my branch.
Right.
So the first trigger was, I told you in my initial part, my grandmother,
right,
which made me go towards medicine. Of course, I was thinking, but cardiology, I thought if I get cardiology, I will do that.
right.
But otherwise, all these branches are personality dependent. So, in cardiology, you see results. Either it will be not a good result for you, even if you give your level best, or it will be that the patient was in a very bad shape, cardiogenic shock, no BP, and you just open the artery, and after 6 hours he's sitting and talking to his family, and his BP is all. So that sudden improvement in the patient, and the life was totally different in the sense 1 hour back, and after 1 hour you seeing a different person.
So true.
So this thing made me go towards cardiology.
That kick.
Like I was about to say that, like Salman Khan says, kick. So cardiology is a branch which gives you a kick. Like the other day I had a patient, he had a tumor in the kidney. So they did a very good job. They did a nephrectomy. They removed the part and they saved the kidney. Unfortunately, one of the small branches started leaking. And he had low BP and all. So we did an ultrasound, we did a CT scan and found that. So we went with the catheter all the way and closed that branch. And he's absolutely fine. I was just chatting with him. And so, that kick is there in cardiology. Also in cardiology, there's a lot of development. Devices
coming up,
you have now you have a leadless pacemaker,
right.
You just insert it from the femoral vein, the legs vein, the leg veins, and they go up, no stitch, no anesthesia, nothing, just a local. You have a lot of sometimes there's a lot of calcium deposited in the heart, so you have devices debulking that calcium and
rotor.
Now, and you have now without surgery valve replacements,
right.
Percutaneous valve, which we call TAVR or TAVI in our medical terms. So cardiology is a very evolving branch, and so I will not say there's one factor which took me towards cardiology, but I feel my personality fits into cardiology. Because I don't mind staying back in the hospital for long hours. I don't mind taking high risk patients to save them, because I know if I don't do, they will not survive. So all that, I think I'll say multiple factors.
So I think you find that peace in the chaos.
I find peace in the chaos, and I try to remove that chaos and go back to peace.
So true. And that makes a lot of sense. So to summarize what you said, that I find personally very fascinating, because cardiology combines this science, precision, adrenaline, emotion.
Yes.
Everything comes together.
Absolutely. The emotions change, it can change every second.
Yeah.
It can change every second,
And I think from what you said, one thing I could gather is, end of the day, when you go to bed, it is a sense of satisfaction.
Yes, of course.
Because end of the day you are saving lives. Which is something, nothing can beat that feeling that, okay, I have saved a life today. So I'm sure that's why I said, in all this chaos, somewhere you find that peace after ensuring that it is all settled.
I just remembered by this chaos and peace, I was giving a talk. So I said, cardiology is like when you have 8 balls left and 28 runs required. Sometimes, because I said it's very easy to say if Virat Kohli does not hit a 6, right? But please stand in his boots and try to face that 145 kilometers per hour ball and then hit a 6. So for us, cardiology, when a patient comes with a heart attack and he's thinking, so we get that similar feeling that it's like 6 balls and 20 runs, or 8 balls or 28 runs, and you have to win that match. Because in other things, if you lose that match, you have another match to play. For us, if we lose that match, there is no other match.
Absolutely.
So I feel that thing is, and this thing the public should also know, that cardiology is a branch in which there is a very little gap between, or rather, doctor gets a very little margin to trying to save that patient. So, and of course, majority of the time God helps you and you can, But then we are humans and we cannot save everyone.
But I think, sir, somewhere this is where, this feeling always comes in that, sometimes you're blessed. I really feel that, doctors, especially in such high pressure branches,
Yes, you're right.
are really blessed. And, there are two hands of God which is always
Absolutely.
there, which
Absolutely.
makes and keeps things going.
This is a wonderful thing you
So,
said. And one of my patients made me realize this. I was very tired one day and I said, she was sitting down. I was in a case. It was a tough case. It went off quite well actually. I came back to my OPD and I sat down. He said, Doctor Saab, kaise hain aap? Mera halat kharab hai bhai. I just said that. And she looked at me into the eye. He said, never say that again. So I was quite taken aback. The nurse standing, my technician standing, they thought, how is she so naive to say that? And she said, I said, I'm sorry. He said, Doctor Saab, ye kabhi mat kahiyega zindagi mein ki halat kharab hai ya thak gaye ya bura haal hai. And I didn't say halat kharab hai, I said bura haal hai. And I said, bura haal ho gaya yaar. He said, bura haal nahi hai. So I asked, why did you say that? Then she realized what she had said and she said, आपको बुरा तो नहीं लगा? मैंने कहा नहीं बुरा नहीं लगा, लेकिन आप मुझे प्लीज बताइए आपने ये क्यों कहा मुझसे? She said कि डॉक्टर साहब बुरा हाल हमारा है जब हम आपके पास आ रहे हैं. And that thing touched my heart. This happened around 10 years back, I think, maybe 11. And since that day, I have not uttered that word कि यार बुरा हाल हो गया यार, थक गया यार बुरा. I have not uttered that word. Even if I sleep for 4 hours at night, I never say yaar bura. Because we are not at bura hal. And that idea flashed when you told me this, that we are blessed. So we are actually blessed by God to treat the people who are not in a good hal.
So true.
And that is what that sweet lady told me. And I never forget those words ever. It just thought came in mind, so I thought I'll just mention that.
No, but absolutely, I mean, sir, sometimes, why we say this, that, it is because of God's grace, because in general, for people like us who are not doctors, this feels absolutely inhuman. In a way, कि ये कोई इंसान के बस की बात नहीं है, doing so much of things, as you said. I mean, how high pressure it is, no margin of error, back-to-back cases, sleepless nights. So, काफी बार ऐसा होता है कि there has to be some force,
yes, of
which
course it is.
surely drives.
I totally believe in that.
Otherwise, it is not possible.
I totally believe in that.
Yeah. So, sir, coming to Gen Zs, there's a huge conversation happening globally around Gen Z work culture, work-life balance, boundaries, mental health, flexibility, burnout, which frankly us as millennials, or I'm sure, we did not hear these things much, what we have been hearing about the work culture changes coming in. So how do you think Gen Z doctors will change the medical profession in the coming years?
So I feel they'll give more time to themselves, and which is actually right. You have a family. You have to divide work. You have to have a bigger team.
Right.
So I generally, conceptualize this thing that it's not a one-man show.
Right.
I have to have a team of doctors. I have to have a team of technicians. I have to have a team of nurses, and my hospital staff, my HR staff, my office staff.
So true.
So it's a team. So you cannot just say that yaar maine wo kar diya. It's not like that. So with the new generation coming, I think they will give time to themselves.
Right.
And they should. There's nothing wrong in that.
Right.
You are working for 9, 10, 12 hours in a day, then there should be another person taking over your job. You should not be called at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock once you've done a 12-hour shift in the day.
Right.
Yes, of course, there's sometimes a rotation emergency duty and all. You have to come, it's okay. But it should not happen every day in your life. So I feel that work culture change is happening.
Right.
First, that even the doctors used to work on a Sunday. But now people are taking breaks on a Sunday. They are going on a weekend to maybe a resort which is close by to your city, and you have to unwind, because if you don't unwind, that will start affecting your work.
Right.
Like we look forward to a weekend or a Sunday that okay, we have these plans, we'll do that, we'll go there, we'll do this, we'll do that. Right. That is very important, and that's like a unwinding thing. Right. It's like a stress buster. You do anything, but you have to get off that daily routine for you to function the next week.
So true.
Unfortunately, the doctors and the earlier generation doctors don't realize that they go on working. There are so many patients, I have to help them. You have to help them. But if you don't help yourself, you're not going to help them.
So true.
Yeah.
So true. Yeah. So, sir, I want to ask something, I'm very curious. I mean, as you said that your generation or generation above, they were like, just keep on going and going.
Yes.
And you're used to, I mean, you've been working for like decades this way. Now your team has Gen Z, people coming in the team, within the team, with a different mindset or the way they approach things.
Yes.
Does that makes things difficult, a bit of friction, or maybe you are changing that, okay, now I should slow down, this is the right way. So
Correct.
how it actually works?
So it has to be a balance. They have to realize that they are working with a person who comes from a generation before them, the younger ones.
Right.
So I would change a bit and they would change a bit. That's how it works.
Right.
वो कहावत है ना, ताली कभी एक हाथ से नहीं बजती.
True.
एक हाथ यूं आया, दूसरा पूरा यूं आ जाए, but both have to move.
Right.
So it is basically how you adapt and how you change to your staff and yourself.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, the way I used to work in 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, without bothering about so many things in life, things causing stress on your mind, on your physical stress on your body, you cannot do that for 25 years.
Right.
So you have to change yourself, and for changing you have to have a team. Because you can't say कि मेरी duty खत्म हो गई, heart attack आ गया, मैं नहीं देख सकता. So your team has to be there.
Right.
Yeah.
So right balance.
Balance is that's the key word.
And maybe Gen Z is the first generation, openly saying that yes, we want to save lives, but we also want a life.
Exactly, that's what I'm telling you.
Which is important.
Very important. If you have a life, only then you will save a life.
Very true. So true. So, sir, people often see, final success of doctors, stable career, respect, financial growth. But very few understand, the actual cost behind becoming a doctor. So, can you break down the real financial, emotional, personal sacrifices involved in this journey that people outside medicine usually don't see?
Yeah. So I feel MBBS is one of the toughest courses and especially your final profession in which you have medicine, surgery, obstetrics and gynecology, orthopedics, pediatrics, all is one of the toughest exams. Medicine is one of the toughest exams to give. And a lot of people in our batch and other batches also, because you know what happens in your batch, right?
Right.
So they used to have emotional breakdowns. One or two people didn't pursue the course because of the stress involved.
Right.
And so financials is like in our country, if you go to a government college, you don't have to worry about the financials.
Right.
If you go to a private college, then you have to worry about the financials, right? So those children who get a higher rank in the NEET, they prefer a government college. Maybe a private college would be better than a government college, but they will go there because of the huge difference in the financials. So that is one of the financials part, and you may have a very good private college, but because of the financials, you have to choose a very low level government college.
Right.
And of course, if you have a very good rank, then you go to the topmost government hospitals and colleges, which are plenty in our country. Yeah. But I'm talking about as the rank goes down. Right. So that's one of the stigmas, that whether you're doing it from a private college or a government college.
Right.
And the main decision of the student, which I feel is not correct, but you can't help it. Otherwise, the private colleges cannot run. It's like you're getting your angioplasty done in a government hospital and then in a private hospital. So difference has to be there.
Right.
But anyhow, so that's where the financials come in. What you asked me, and emotional aspect. If you have a very good set of friends, a very good group going in your batch, in your MBBS career, then they really absorb your emotional aspect. Really absorb. And the sacrifice part which you asked me, you have to sacrifice your 20s. That you have to sacrifice. You don't start earning properly before you are 30.
Right.
While your batchmates who are doing MBA or engineering, they start earning at 23, 24.
Very true.
So that aspect is very there. People don't know about it. They feel अरे डॉक्टर बन गया अभी तो कमाएगा. That's public है, कुछ भी बोल सकती है ना. But the real thing is that you have to have that. That's why I previously said, you have to have that attitude. Yes, I will pursue this. Emotional aspect will be taken care of my good friends in the hospital or the college, and if I can get a good rank, I will try to save my financials of my parents, because the child, when he's 18 or she's 18, she feels अरे यार पैसा नहीं खर्च करना है माँ बाप का, है ना, ये होता है यार, गवर्नमेंट में ही होना है. अच्छा, at our time there were very few private colleges. They, after 3,000-4,000, there used to be no rank in the exam. Now you get a rank of 4 lakhs, 5 lakhs.
True.
There used to be no list after 4,000-5,000 because there were no seats.
There was no seats. True.
Hardly there were private colleges in South India. There was nothing in North. There was nothing. All these colleges coming up around you, which makes the cutoff go very low. Right. It's not like that. Yeah. So you since the demographics is also evolving. Like the number of people giving the exam is more. At the same time, number of colleges are also more. Right. But this part will always be there in our country of the private setup and the government setup. It's like if you're in the government, you're getting a scholarship.
So true.
Yeah. So I did my MBBS from Manipal, which is a private college. At that time, the fees was, if I'm not wrong, 50,000 or 60,000 per year. And I did my MD and my DM and everything from a government hospital college, because जहाँ होता है वहाँ पे आप सीट उठाते हैं, right? You can't choose. If you want your branch, then you have to go and take it from where you get it.
Right.
So the fees in my government hospital college was 1,200.
Right.
So you can see the difference. And same thing, now the proportionately that thing has gone up. The costs have gone up, so the fees of government and private has become very different. It's always been different.
Okay.
So basically in a government thing, government is investing in you as a doctor.
Right. Yeah. Right. So I mean, years of studying, delayed earnings, emotional pressure, family sacrifices, people only see the destination, not the decade-long journey behind it. So sir, before we end, I want you to imagine something. Somewhere right now, there is a student wearing a white coat for the first time, maybe excited, maybe scared, maybe doubting their own self. What would you want that student to truly understand about the journey ahead?
So all these emotions are there when you wear the white coat for the first time. You're really excited, and you don't know what's going to happen in the next few years. So my advice to such budding students is that it's a long journey. Don't burn out.
Right.
Work hard, enjoy life, and have a very good work-life balance. And marks are just one of the things in life. The main thing is that you should have knowledge.
Very true.
Yeah. Very true. I may get 99 out of 100 by mugging something up, but I don't have that knowledge, right? So that doesn't make sense.
Very true.
So my advice to all the young people trying to pursue this career of medicine is that it's a long journey. Stay focused, have a life. By entering MBBS or MD or this, that doesn't mean your life is over and you just have to study. It's a very beautiful journey if you want to make it beautiful.
True.
Yeah.
So sir, going back to what you said, I think the foundation of this is, end of the day, you should ask yourself whether I want to become a doctor.
Of course.
I think once that answer you have, if the answer is yes, I think everything starts falling
absolutely
into
because
place.
you are dealing with lives. You're not dealing with machines.
Yeah, so true.
Yeah.
And I think students watching this needed to hear not just motivation but honesty. Because medicine is difficult, yes, but it's also one of the few professions where knowledge, skill, compassion, and purpose come together so powerfully. So, sir, thank you so much for this incredibly honest and inspiring conversation. I genuinely feel students, young doctors, and even parents watching this today will walk away with a much deeper understanding of what this profession truly demands.
Correct.
and why doctors deserve not just respect but empathy too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a very nice way to put it. Yeah.
So yes, as we come towards the end of this, I would like to once again thank you so much.
Thank you so much
for joining
Thank you so
for
much.
this conversation. I was also, when we started this interaction, at back of the mind, I know that you are a cardiologist and emergency can come anytime, but I'm glad these 30 minutes went for a heart-to-heart conversation and nothing came in.
True.
Because that is the reality of the profession.
Yes, it is.
Which you are into and have been serving people for decades now. So thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
So for everyone, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Azkka Virtue podcast and share it with someone who might benefit from this knowledge. Until next time, this is Azkka Virtue podcast where awareness meets action. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you.